Okay, so this is the fifth installment of the blogger survey, and kind of offshooting off of my last one, which was about you two and Hold Steady and the issues that I was having with pronouncing the words. This is the topic of this one. I used to be a radio DJ in Hayward, Wisconsin, and I worked for a public radio station, and I had my own show, which was on Saturdays from 1 to 4. And it was pretty much whatever I wanted to do. Like, I could pick out my own music, I could say whatever I wanted to say. It was my show. Pretty sweet. So, the thing about it was, though, every hour on top of the hour, I would have to read the weather or the news, or the little, news blurbs. Like, we had people who, since it was a public radio station, we did membership funding. And businesses could be members too, but then we would have to read, their small little, public service announcements or advertising or something like that. Well, invariably, during this 4-hour span, I would pronounce something incorrectly. Surprise. And without fail, still to this day, I'm flabbergasted by this. Without fail, as soon as I mispronounced a word, that little light on the phone would light up, and somebody would be calling me to tell me what the correct pronunciation is. Okay, public radio kind of gets a little bit of flack. I know there's a bunch of coolies out there who love, NPR and NPR, and so do I. But most of the time, when you think of people who listen to public radio, you kind of think, bespectacled geeks sitting around with nothing else better to do, right? And this totally played into that. All they were doing was sitting there waiting for me to mispronounce something and then looking up the phone number in the notebook or in the phone book, or probably they had it on speed dial, so that they could call me to tell me that I mispronounced a word. Who the fuck cares? I already read it on the radio. I'm going to go back and be like, and thank you, David from Siren, who called to tell me that I mispronounced this word wrong. Here's the correct pronunciation. Voila. It just pissed me off. And, okay, but the point of the story, that's kind of a long segue to the point. The point of the story is that there was one Saturday, I had this friend, Luke, that some of you might remember. He helped me write the Online Dating Diaries, the blog about online dating, and every once in a while, he would comment on my blog and etc., etc. We were really good friends, and we emailed all the time, and he would listen to my radio show every once in a while. And one day, I had to read the weather, and apparently that day was a very wet, misty day because every single weather report that I had to read had the word precipitation in the weather report. Notice my excellent enunciation of the word precipitation, because every time that I read it on the radio, I pronounced it as participation. And guess who called me to tell me that I was mispronouncing it? Yeah, that was Luke. Thanks, buddy. You're the best.